All right, y'all, we are back with another video and we got some breaking news, a breaking scandal. Now, Kamala Harris' husband, Doug Emhoff. Now, they say he's accused of forcibly slapping a NYC girlfriend for flirting with another man at Ritzy Gala in 2012. And this is the type of stuff that Kamala Harris knew about her husband, Doug, when he impregnated the nanny. And they said he allegedly made her get rid of the baby is what we heard. And now this right here. Now, I'm going to tell y'all now. If this news would have came out on a J.D. Vance, Vivek, Byron Donald, just think about if it came out on anybody in the Republican Party, CNN, MSNBC, CBS, all of them will be running with this story right now. All of them will be talking about it right now. But since this right here has something to do with Kamala Harris' husband, they ain't gonna talk about it. But guess what? I'm gonna talk about it. Benny Johnson gonna talk about it. Megyn Kelly gonna talk about it. Dr. Steve Turley gonna talk about it. We're all gonna talk about this. We ain't gonna let this ride. Cause like I said, if there was Republican and one of them did this to their girlfriend or something back in the days, oh, they'll be running with it. So we're gonna jump into the clips that Benny have showing about Doug Emhoff accused of forcibly slapping his girlfriend back in 2012. And these is the type of things that Kamala Harris did not want to get out. And she knew about this. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and dive straight into this and let's see exactly what happened.
These people you got to watch out for. It's always the ones who try and act like they're the male feminists who are actually the most abusive to women. Check this out. Kamala Harris's husband, a guy named Doug Emhoff, forcefully slapped his ex-girlfriend, flirting with another man in booze-fueled assault after a star-studded gala. Well, okay, why isn't he arrested?
Exactly.
And let's read. Vice President Kamala Harris's husband assaulted the ex-girlfriend. 3 friends have told the Daily Mail. Second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, he's 59 years old. He struck the woman in the face so hard that she spun around.
Wow.
And was sobbing as they were leaving a film festival in France in 2012. One of her friends told the Daily Mail that the woman called him immediately after the incident, sobbing in her cab, described the alleged assault. Other people described the alleged assault. There are photos of the two of them together. This man is currently the first gentleman in America. Not very gentlemanly of you, Doug. Lady's a lawyer in New York. When will these allegations come for? Where's the Women's March against Doug Emhoff? Doug Emhoff is a domestic abuser, obviously.
They ain't gonna talk about it.
Of course, not the first time that Doug Emhoff has done something wretched and horrible to physically harm a woman and his own family. The shocking claims follow the revelation that Doug Emhoff cheated on his first wife and mother of 2 kids around 2008, impregnating his daughter's nanny who worked as her grade school teacher. So he banged the nanny and the teacher. He had a family. He had like a beautiful family, destroyed his marriage. Emhoff admitted the affair. All of the friends, so there are 3 people who validate the story that Doug Emhoff is an abuser, a domestic abuser, a woman beater.
3 people.
Told them about the disturbing incident during the relationship. The second gentleman, Emhoff, nonchalantly admitted he impregnated Naylor. Emhoff told the woman who was beaten that the nanny accused him of causing her to have a miscarriage, friend claimed. Ugh, oh my gosh, what a piece of garbage. Second gentleman allegedly confessed that he paid a settlement of $80,000 and a non-disclosure agreement. He'd previously been dubbed by Democrats a wife guy and a mensch for an honorable, kind man. It's incredible. In recent interviews, he's spoken out about toxic masculinity. Well, look at this. They got Harvey Weinstein in the article.
Wow, made a sign an NDA.
The allegations strike at the heart of his benevolent image promoted by the Harris campaign. You're going to be shocked to know that they are lying to you. Here's a reporter of the article here, Josh Boswell, saying key details. They were at a celebrity event when he slapped her in the face so hard that she spun around. The ex said that she tried to get away from him. Doug forced his way in. She's a successful New York lawyer, immediately called a friend the car and told him what happened. They provided photos and messages and documents that helped corroborate their story.
Wow.
Holy smokes. They said Doug was nonchalant the next day and pretended like it was no big deal. He's an abuser. He's an abuser. Hang out with Harvey Weinstein. Jeez. So, yeah, this guy is a piece of garbage. Remember, this is the party of women. We're black today in support of all the survivors of sexual assault and abuse. Won't let them be silenced and ignored. Well, you know, what's crazy is that your husband is why you're wearing that color, I guess.
Exactly. That's what
Isn't
I
that
was going to
interesting?
say.
Should make for some very curious conversations. We always thought Doug Emhoff was a complete creep and weirdo. We made fun of him a lot for this moment when he locked lips with Jill Biden for some reason. Look at this. What a creepy weirdo.
He kissed you. Wow. Why would he kiss her in the mouth? I didn't see this. I promise y'all, this is my first time seeing it. Why would he kiss Jill Biden in the mouth? I mean, come on, man. Like, that is not even your wife. I mean, normally, if y'all see when Donald Trump do stuff like that, he don't kiss the person in the mouth. He kind of like go on the side of their head or something like that. And half the time, he still don't even kiss them in the head. He just kind of go on the side of them and kiss. But he literally kissed this woman in the mouth. Like, literally locked lips with Jill Biden. Like, come on. You tell me Kamala Harris, you tell me she didn't feel no type of way about this? You don't think she said something about this? Which she know that her husband's a creep, and yet she's still with him. This man impregnated a nanny, made her get rid of the baby, made her sign an NDA so she couldn't talk, and then he turned around and then kissed Jill Biden in the mouth. I mean, come on. I know Kamala got to be freaking out right now. Look at this right here. This is crazy. This is my first time seeing this.
For this moment when he locked lips with Jill Biden for some reason. Look at this. What a creepy weirdo. They didn't even try. They knew the entire country was watching. These people, they get off on this kind of stuff. They get off on like the secret, right? Getting away with it. This tweet is still up.
And let me ask you this. Why didn't CNN them talk about this? Why didn't CNN them talk about this? That's what I want to know. Let Donald Trump would have did this to somebody else's wife in the Republican Party and kissed him dead in the mouth. Oh my God, they'll be running with this story nonstop if Donald Trump did this to one of the Republicans' wife. It's like, come on, man.
We gotta subtweet that one. Goodness gracious. Doug Emhoff, brat, joy, can I watch? You're not keeping it. You're the nanny. Catch these hands, woman. That's right. Through the bottle. Yikes. Yikes.
That's bad.
Doug Emhoff, his girlfriend. Oof. Brutal. Doug Emhoff, his girlfriend. Getting memed, baby. Impregnates nanny, slaps woman in the face. He's redefining masculinity. Wow. They sent in Jen Psaki. Cleanup.
Part of how people have talked about your role here is how your role has reshaped the perception of masculinity. And I'm not sure you planned on that, but you are an incredibly supportive spouse. Has that been an evolution for you? And do you think that's part of the role you might play as first gentleman?
It's funny. I've started to think a lot about this. I've always been like this. My dad was like this. And to me, it's the...
So your dad was a abusive wife beater who committed assault against
and
your...
And then look at her. The woman got her, she got her eyes closed and everything. Is Doug and Jill Biden talking behind the scenes? Is Jill Biden and Doug Emhoff talking behind the scenes? She got her eyes closed. She must knew she was finna kiss him in the mouth. Eyes closed and everything. This is creepy. Like, I'm telling y'all, as long as I've been doing this, I've never seen this right here. I haven't even heard nobody talk about it. But this is creepy. My God.
Mother, and then impregnated, banged the teacher and the nanny.
You know what? I wonder if anybody, one of the reporters, gonna ask Kamala Harris, Kamala, what was you thinking when your husband Doug kissed Jill Biden in the mouth? Why won't nobody ask her that question? Why? I want a reporter so bad to just ask her, because I want to hear what her answer is going to be. Kamala Harris, what was going through your mind when your husband Doug kissed Jill Biden in the mouth? I'd love to see what she say about that.
And impregnated her, and then destroyed the marriage, and then literally kissed another woman on live TV in the mouth, happens to be the first lady, then lied during the DNC convention. I got married, became the dad to Cole and Ella, unfortunately went through a divorce. Unfortunately, what Doug doesn't say is that his wife divorced him after finding out he cheated with Nanny. This piece of garbage. Just a real piece of garbage. Look at the kids he's raised. Boy, it looks like the kids are totally unaffected by Doug. By old goofy Doug. It's amazing how they do this. Bart Simpson routine. Just a few days ago, Jen Psaki did Doug Emhoff reshaping the perception of masculinity. Turns out that he assaulted his ex, cheated on his wife, got his nanny pregnant, and now says the nanny said the nanny claimed he caused her to miscarry. This is the masculinity. Some of you should really ask Jen Psaki about this. Really love to hear Jen Psaki's take on this.
Yeah.
Doug Emhoff timeline. Impregnates child's nanny, physically assaults girlfriend, lectures us on toxic masculinity, hailed as redefining masculinity. Wow. Women, you don't want this, okay? I make something very clear. You don't want this kind of masculinity.
That's bad.
This is the Diddy, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein style masculinity. Yep. Okay? Yeah. Believe me, this is not what you want. Amazing how actually people who should be referring to this individual as a domestic abuser and a monster, because that is what kind of man beats a woman. Like, how will any women stop voting for Kamala Harris because of this? This is a question that you got to ask yourself, right? Like, how broken is the Democrat Party and the PSYOP machine that millions of women will go and vote for this domestic abuser?
That's bad, man.
Very broken. A moment of deep senility on MSNBC where a commentator saying women don't actually want men, like Tim Walz and Doug Emhoff.
Time, I think, on this campaign where we've got kind of two different views of masculinity. I mean, I think as women, perhaps, and I'm sure you've noticed that too, Gene, there's this kind of alpha retro view of masculinity that we're seeing from the Trump campaign. And then you've got Tim Walz and Doug Emhoff, who are both professional men, but are in sort of supportive roles of a woman who's the principal candidate. Yeah. And how they are, and he said something very interesting. He said, look, you can't scold people. You can't tell them you should be more supportive of women and women candidates, and that's going to help everybody. But he hopes that by leading by example, by talking about the fact that he loves his wife, that you can make space for women to rise to the top, and it doesn't diminish your masculinity.
So women don't actually want men like this. They're even admitting it on MSNBC. Real women, like Alina Habba, was on our program earlier this morning saying that Kamala Harris needs to drop out of the race. But this is absolutely disturbing and disqualifying.
Yep.
Doug Emhoff is a monster.
That's the reason why I said it before, man. The media, the mainstream media, they will be all over this if there was on anybody on Donald Trump's side. And I can guarantee you everybody in the comment section agree with me. If there was on anybody, whether it's especially Donald Trump, let it would have been Donald Trump. They said that he assaulted somebody. Like, they already lying on him about, we ain't even going to get into that about E. Jean Carey and all them lies, talking about 50 years ago and all that crap. This was in 2012. And then this man kissed Jill Biden in the mouth, locked lips with Jill Biden. It's like, come on. And then ain't none of them CNN, but they want to step there and talk about J.D. Vance, what he say about women and all of that. So if you can talk about J.D. Vance and what he said about women, why can't y'all talk about Doug Emhoff slapping a woman? Why can't y'all talk about Doug Emhoff sleeping with his nanny, getting her pregnant, making her sign the NDA, and getting rid of the baby? Why y'all ain't talking about that? They don't want to do that. But they want to talk about J.D. Vance and Trump every single day. This is just crazy, man.
This seems like a crazy question to have to ask, but here we go. Do you believe that beating women is a disqualifying factor in this presidential race? Should Kamala Harris drop out considering this new revelation?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. I would hope so.
I don't know how you answer for this. And this is all
There
over
is
the
an
place.
illegal, it's called
These are
morals.
credible reports.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because it's morals, Benny. It's something you and I, it's called morality. It's called having a compass, a moral compass. And that is lacking. When they flip-flop on their policies, it tells you there's no true moral compass. They're just trying to win you over. Like I said, paid actors. That's literally paid actors. You know, so that's what I think. And look, the decision's so clear. Trump 2024, baby. Like,
let's go. Salute to Alina Habba, the beautiful Alina Habba. So like I said, y'all please let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this. This is bad. And Alina even said that Kamala should go ahead and drop out. Is she going to do it? Nah, she ain't going to do it. But she definitely see these reports. She definitely knew her husband did all of these things. She definitely know her husband locked lips with Jill Biden. And they want to sit up there and talk about Donald Trump and J.D. Vance all through the day. But like I said before, the mainstream media, they ain't going to cover any of this. But I hope Fox News do. So I don't know if Fox News talking about it yet. I haven't went on their channel and checked Fox News yet. But I'm definitely finna go check right after this video to see if they talking about it yet. But like I said, it does need to get out. But like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Thank you all for watching. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.